Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about ENGL Savage 60 Mark II. Yeah, a little bit noodling. ENGL Savage 60 Mark II 60 watt tube amp with two EO34s in the power amp section and 6 ECC83 preamp tubes, which is quite a lot, but there's quite a lot of channels and effect loops and whatnot, so you need a lot of tubes to drive those. 4 channels, lots of different stuff. Again, these space station things that I'm not so big fan of, except the Boogie Mark V. But this is actually my favorite of these ENGL amps I've tried. I've tried quite a few. Check out my tube amps playlist there if you're interested. Invader, I can't remember what I've tried, but in general I have found that I like the simple amps the most, like the Inferno that I did the previous video. I like that amp a lot. It was great, and the Fireball 60 and 100 and Artist Edition. But this I actually like quite a bit, at least the most of these multi-channel ENGLs I've tried. So now I'm in the lead channel and no overdrives, nothing, just the lead channel. And the song you heard, that was actually that I wrote for ENGL Invader 2 video. I just thought that I revisit that song it will be cool to see and hear and experience how this amp handles that song, because it's really fast picking many notes, and I think this did pretty well. I didn't do any EQing in the mix or anything, just a little bit low cut to get rid of the mud, which is always it's you know, basic thing. And the signal chain is, right now I'm having one of my signature ESPs, this one with EMG 8185 pickups, then to my pedal board. Like I said, I didn't use anything. I'm gonna try a few things with this, and then into KH Audio's amp switcher, and then into a couple of amps. And I'm now having the Boogie on and 800, so I'm just gonna compare. Let's actually put the 51, 52. Just to get an idea, ballpark, how this amp compares to, you know, sonically to other pretty well-known amps. And then to reactive load Sandrox, where I use my signature IR Valovirta, which I always use, from Jens Bogren's Lead and Clean Pack. Link in the description. Use that, and well, there's actually now in November 2021 they have a Black Friday, Black November, so everything is 50%. So usually you get 10% discount from my link, but now it's off because everything is already 50% discount. So, you know, if you use that, I'll get a small percentage, which I appreciate a lot. Okay, so that's the gear, and I'm recording this to Cubase. Yeah, let's go through the channels and start with the lead channel while we are on it. So there's gain, low and high. I actually like the high on this one, because let me demonstrate. Let's put it to low. There's low gain, but I can compensate by turning more gain. But I feel the touch, the feel is like a little bit different. It's more like, you probably can't hear it because these are very, you know, delicate matters, but I felt that I like it set as high and then lower the gain, you know, so it's punchy. And then the contour switch, that boosts the mids like significantly. I have now quite a lot of mids boosted because I like the sound to have mids, and I found that these ENGL amps in general, they are quite mid scoop, so let me show you. So you kind of lose the body, and it's really hard to make it work in the mix to cut through it. Now there's kind of like body. It cuts through the mix like really well without having to do any additional EQing. Or I didn't find the need on this song. When I add the contour, so it's very broad curve. It boosts mids a lot. These all can be switched on and controlled via ENGL's food switch, which doesn't come with the amp. You have to buy it separately. So this could be cool, like if you really want some licks or leads or some part to really pop out. It also kind of cuts the highest highs a little bit. It's basically a very quite aggressive mid boost. And then your usual tone controls, bass, middle, treble, and this tone balance, this kind of, I think, or at least to my ears, it changes the kind of the frequencies of this all. Like, let me show you. It's quite subtle, but I feel it moves the tones that, like, you know, to lower frequencies and where it's focused. I kind of like it to be in the center. And then there's rough and smooth. I have it now on rough. Let me show you what happens when I dial it to smooth. Again, lots of mids. So it kind of cuts the lows and highs and just adds a lot of mids. I really don't. It's a bit. Well, I mean, in some occasions it could be. You know, if you want really like a boxy sound, sometimes you might want that. Maybe with a wah you get really sound, so it's pretty cool. And then these are just volumes and master. I found the master, the sweet spot to be around noon. If I dial it more, then the power tubes kind of start to really sag a little bit too much to my taste. You get that, you lost the tightness. And here, yeah, it's quieter, but then the power tubes aren't doing much. I find there's just that. And then you can switch between two effect loops, and there's two master volumes, like maybe solo boost. Which is pretty cool, and like I said, everything is controllable via foot switch. Okay, so that was my favorite of these overdriven channels, which is kind of surprising because usually I don't like these lead channels too much because they have lots of gain, but I like this because it doesn't have that much, or you can have. Because on many other angles, these multi-channel amps, I found that the gain kind of starts like from here, so it's like either off or like insane amounts. But these I like. They're just a sweet spot. And then there's depth boost, which I didn't like with this channel. It became a little bit flabby. And you can dial it back, but it's still, I prefer it. Like this. Great sound. And then the crunch channel, these both crunch 1 and crunch 2, these are kind of like, well, yeah, let's compare actually while we're at it. So Boogie's Mark, the third channel, I have now Mark 4. Just to get an idea, and these are 606s and stuff, but let me switch it. I have connected the KHE to my MIDI switcher. I need to dial the levels down big here. Both good sounds, a little bit different. I like this Boogie a lot because it's so in your face. It's easy to mix and cut through the mix. But this is a little bit kind of smoother and not that in your face sound, in my opinion. But a good one, I think. Okay, then let's move to Crunch 2. And I guess I said already, this Crunch 1 and Crunch 2 are kind of in that JSM800 territory. And with this Crunch channel, I like the depth on, because listen. It just adds that nice low-end thing. What an 800 have, let me actually compare, so no overdrives. I kick the SD on, and then the ENGL. So I'm dialing the Sandtrack's input level because these are 100 watt, 90 watt. They're so much loud, so it's too hot the signal if I don't dial it. Then with the SD. Quite different, but still in that kind of territory of 800 style crunch. And let me show how it works with a tube screamer. Yeah. So that's crunch one. Again, the contour boosts the mids so much that it's insane. And I like this one too with the high gain. It adds gain, but I feel the feel to me is better when it's high, and then you can dial this back. Then the crunch one. We almost start to get kind of plexish territory with this one. Kind of smooth, nice, and with this one I like the depth also. You get it's a bit like Jason Tooth on TSL, which I have there. The depth I usually like to have it on. It just adds, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, probably 6 dBs of. I feel like it's, I don't know, 80 hertz or something. That really low, nice, which you probably need to cut in a mix a little bit off, but it just feels good when there's, mass behind the sound, so to say. And then this is a bit different, the mid controls on this one. Yes, there's the contour, which adds again lots of. It's a bit too okay. And then there's 2 mid controls, so you can change whether you use mid lean or mid bold. I feel that this mid lean, it's more like low frequency, low mids, and the mid bold, it changes the mid character to higher mids. So kind of like American and British. You can't use the same channel, so it's basically just changes the character of the channel. So now it's the mid lean. A little bit more. Actually, this bold, I feel that it adds lower mid. That. Well, anyway, they are two different mids. Yeah, the mid lean, it's more low, and this adds that like mid, higher mid. kind of prefer the bold. It brings more body to the sound. Okay, and then clean channel. This is actually really good also. And with the clean channel, I prefer the bright switch on. Check out. And when we add chorus, and the pre-shape, it affects the mids also. I feel that it kind of cuts the certain frequencies out. Yeah, you lose. And now there's more call. I think this is good depending on the pickups you have and guitar, so you can really shape the incoming signal. And then there's low and high inputs, like, you know, there's high gain, low gain. And I have actives, I feel the high is a bit too much, but if you have low output passives, you might want to use the high input, like, well, on 5150. I kind of prefer the normal gain input. Let's actually compare the clean channel to Boogie's clean, which is great. So let's switch to Boogie. Then to ENGL. It's a great clean sound. Both are great clean sounds. I really prefer the Boogie. It's almost like a piano-like, but this is really good also. So that's about it. Yeah, I forgot to compare. Let's switch to the high gain lead channel and let's just compare it to good old 5150 plug letter. Yeah, it's quite a lot. Oh, I have the SD on. Because with 5150 it's this is a bit without overdrive, so let me kick the Tube Screamer. So as you can hear, 5150, it's pretty over the top. That's why I kind of like it. I don't use it that much. I mainly use 800s or Plexi or nowadays the Boogie because I just bought it. This, if I want something like really totally different, maybe to blend in or just want to like have that classic 90s, you know, machine head, whatever, metal sound, then this one, but this is, yeah, 50-150, you know that. And yeah, there's a noise gate which I didn't find the need to use. I guess this is pretty quiet. If you use insane amounts of gain, then the noise gate will be probably good. I mean, I have a Zool 4 in there, but it's off pretty much. It's down to 0. So it just kind of removes the hiss from the pedals and guitar. So yeah, conclusion. This is my favorite so far of these multi-channel ENGL amps, which look like space stations. There's so many possibilities, but I found that it was pretty easy to dial in, because certain things I didn't really like that much, so I was like, okay, those are off. But in general, really versatile amplifier. All the channels, they have their place. Clean, really good clean. 2 crunch kind of rock things, and when you boost them, especially the crunch 2 with SD, you get that 800 kind of style vibe. And the lead channel, that's actually really good. Works just fine without overdrive. It stays tight when you disengage the depth boost knob. But I still prefer the more simpler 1 or 2 channel ENGLs more, especially the Inferno, which my last video was about. I think I mentioned that already. That I liked a lot, that amp. And the Artist Edition. And the Fireball, which I've used, Fireball 60, I've used on both CYHRA's albums, along with other amps. But of these multi-channel ENGLs, this is so far what I've tried, my favorite. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. All the best. See you.